Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Results Mastery Podcast. It's great to have you back, and I'm here again to share with you some ideas and thoughts and ways in which you can grow your business. This is all about the first word of the podcast, and that is results. That's what we all need. We all want better results. One of the biggest problems that facing small businesses right now is getting enough sales. Period. That's it. It's the biggest challenge that many businesses are facing right now. And to be honest, they're often not very good at actually creating sales because it's like, why would they? If you've been an accountant or a lawyer or you run a hairdressing salon or a this or a that, why would you necessarily be skilled in sales and marketing? It's like me, I've spent 30 years in sales and marketing. If you asked me to go and set up a garage so I can repair cars, I wouldn't really have a clue what to do. I could just about put petrol in it, and that's about as far as I go. So, it's really, really important that if you don't have expertise, that you bring that expertise into your business. You can't just go, oh, well, let's just rely on referral and word of mouth and a little bit of networking once a week where I go and eat too big a breakfast. That ain't going to get you anywhere. And as time changes and goes forward with the introduction of, the internet and digital marketing and now AI, things are going to get even tougher, believe me. We all know about the global slowdown and the tough times and the wars and all that sort of stuff. And all that means is you got to get better. It doesn't mean you have to give up. It doesn't mean that you're going to go bust, although 80% of businesses do, by the way, every year, and that's in good times, let alone about bad times like we're in right now. So you've got to be in that top. I was going to say 20%. Actually, I don't believe that. You got to be in that top 1%, because they're the people that are making all the money. I would submit to you that right now, that if you took 100 businesses, and I'm talking about small businesses now, if you took 100 businesses, I'm going to say at least 40% of them are going bust right now. They're in dire straits, let's just say. Another 40%, so we're near the 80% now, are surviving. They're doing okay. They're just about paying their bills. They're not really doing very well, but it's good enough just to keep the door open and pay the bills and earn some money and so on and so forth. There's a further 19%, I believe, who are doing, well. They're making a good profit. They're quite, they're either content or they're possibly in a situation where they'd like to do better, but they're really struggling to go to the next level. But I believe that getting to that next level is not actually that much um, more than that 19%. So if you can go from struggling to doing okayish to being successful, it's a little step. The difference between, being excellent and being outstanding is not very much. And that's what I've done literally all my life. Some of you may know that I come from a background as a professional sportsman, played at international level. And one of the things you learn when you do that is how to win. You learn the skills and the tools and the actions that are required, both whether that's in sport, in business, in life, in health, in anything. Now, today I want to start by sort of telling you a little bit of a story. You may have heard this because I heard it years ago. It's a story about FedEx. FedEx, the delivery people. Apparently, in the USA, the FedEx basically sort all their distribution out We got parcels going out on trains and lorries and planes and so on and so forth. It all comes in and out of Memphis, Tennessee. There's a big distribution center there. And one day, for some reason, the whole place um, ground to a halt. There was just no electricity there. It had ground to a halt. So the head of operations contacted the um, consultant engineer who, quick as a flash, came into the building. He literally looked round and walked over to a junction box. He got his screwdriver out, opened it up, turned a screw half a turn, and the whole place came alive. The head of operations said, "Thank you, thank you. That's, brilliant job. You've saved us because all this time, everything that's every minute that they're closed is costing them money. Planes are being delayed, schedules are being, going out the window, and so on and so forth. So this is costing them thousands and thousands and thousands, probably hundreds of thousands of pounds every hour." Now, what did the operations person say? He said, "Look, just send us an invoice, charge us whatever you think is appropriate, we'll pay it. We're really in deep gratitude." He said, "Well, look, I can do you an invoice right now." So this guy wrote on his invoice, sorting problem out with lack of power in the distribution center, $10,000. And the guy looked at him and he said, $10,000? He said, "How can you charge us $10,000? All you did is come in, go to a junction box, uh, tighten a screw, and that was it. It took you like 30 seconds." He said, "How about you give us an itemized bill on that then?" He said, "Yeah, no problem." And he wrote on the invoice, he wrote these words: "Turning screw, $1. Knowing which screw to turn, $9,999. And the operations guy said, "Yeah, okay, I get it." And he paid him his money. Now, what's the point of that story? The point of the story is this: that you need somebody in your business who knows what screw to turn from a marketing and sales point of view. If you're going to be successful, if you're not going to be in the 80% or even in the 20% that I just mentioned, then what are you going to do? Because the old saying, I think it was Einstein that said this, that if you always do what you've always done, then you'll always get what you've always got. Not certain it was Einstein, but it was somebody who knew a thing or two, I think. So, if you always do what you've always done, then you'll always get what you've always got. So I'm going to tell you something here, because I actually believe that's no longer true. I think it was true, but I think if you always do what you've always done, then you're not even going to get what you always got. Things like networking, whilst there's still valuable way of marketing your business, it's not the be all and end all. If you run a business that's just doing networking, you're missing out on all the people on Google. You're missing out on LinkedIn. You're missing out on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube and Instagram and podcasts and heaven knows how many other things that you could be doing that could be generating your business. And all you're doing is sitting in a hotel with 20 people and not really winning very much business, if I tell the truth. And do you know what? That's costing you money. That's costing you a small fortune in lost business. So think about that. If you want to talk to me, who's got, I've spent 30 years in marketing. I've learned my skills by learning from the world's leading sales and marketing experts. And importantly, I come from a background which was incredibly competitive, all about winning, and if you want to win in the game called business, then I'd like to help you. But I only want to work with people who are serious about growing their business. They're willing to take action. They're willing to do what works. They're willing to measure their results. And they're willing to invest time, money, and effort in doing so. This is not a get rich quick scheme. This is a get rich with hard work scheme. I know I can help you. I've been doing it for thousands of businesses in hundreds of industries for 30 years. Now, you don't last that long in business unless you know what you're talking about. So if you want to talk to excuse me. If you want to talk to me, get in touch. Go to my website, results-mastery.com. And what I want you to do is to use one of the gold buttons to book a one-to-one Zoom meeting with me. If you want to book a live meeting, that's fine. We can do that as well. But often easier in today's world to book a Zoom meeting. So go and set that up, and I look forward to speaking to you soon. Thanks very much. Oh, and don't forget, if you've not yet subscribed to my podcast, then please do so. I provide these podcast episodes on a regular basis, give you a load of value, and really try and help you to grow your business. Thanks very much for listening. So, thank you for listening. And if you've enjoyed this podcast, and even more, if you've benefited from it and you'd like to know more, you'd like more of my help, and you'd like to benefit from my nearly 30 years of experience working with and learning from the leading experts in the world in the area of sales and marketing, then here's what you need to do next. You need to go to my website, which is results-mastery.com, and use the gold button to book yourself a meeting on a one-to-one basis with me. Thank you very much for listening again, and I look forward to speaking to you very, very soon. Thank you.